I think you may be echoing. Right, much better. Hi D,
Mary ho ho, Tamika.
how are you?
I'm amazing. How are you?
I'm awesome.
You're awesome.
Yeah.
Was Santa good to you?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I got
That's
my
good.
present from you. Presents.
Am I Santa or am I Santa's helper?
Santa's helper.
I'm Santa's helper. Okay.
I didn't get D anything, y'all. She got the light, but I didn't get her nothing. But D gets sprinkled throughout the year. So
Do I get sprinkled throughout the year?
yes.
I get it's Christmas every day at the Bachelorette Villa.
Yeah, D gets sprinkled throughout the year. I don't know. What did you want?
I am. You can surprise me. I'm okay.
How
There's
about a
not much that I want. I want a treadmill. That's what I want. That
mm,
I've been looking at. But I'm pretty simple. I think I'm low key when it comes to stuff. What I want for myself is to be healthy, to be happy, and to be whole. We started working out with a trainer.
now you be
So
thinking
for
you
me,
simple. You don't be simple. You think
hmm,
you are. You think you simple, but you're not.
I think I am. I like quality things, but I'm not like super excessive when it comes to stuff. No.
How about a Gucci bag?
Mm,
Prada,
mm,
YSL,
mm,
Clutch,
mm,
mm, some shades.
mm. For the price of those bags, I can have me a treadmill. Like
No,
that
you get them
is.
on. You get on. You gotta go to the consignment store.
I mean, but I like classic things. So I like timeless pieces. So if I get a Gucci bag, it'd be a vintage Gucci bag, like
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
my little what do you call that what do you call it? You drink a canteen bag, like my canteen bag or something like that.
Why you not in purple?
Why I do have a women in Linux shirt on, but I don't want to move my screen because it's gonna mess up my angles.
Your
I should have
angles.
put something shiny on my lips. This light is knocking me all off my square. Of
Oh,
course, Tam got me a light the other day, and she told me Merry Christmas. And so I should turn my light on green.
no purple.
Should I turn it on purple?
Yeah,
Okay, I'm gonna
it
turn it on
matches the
purple.
red.
Red. Okay, well I'm going to let you while I turn my light on purple, I am going to let you go ahead and
Do
do
the
the
intro.
intro.
All right, I guess so. Welcome to Women in Linux. This is how we Linux. I'm Tam. In the background is D. We are Women in Linux. You can find us on social media, throughout social media at Women in Linux. And if you would like to connect with us, you can connect us with at Slack with the Slack app. Hop in there. There's a lot of people in there. Derek Watford was on last night. He is in there. You can check out Amy Rich. She's in there. Brian Laus is there. Vladimir Vivian. Pretty much everybody who's been on the show is in there. So the people are not. It's not like people are not accessible. They are accessible, right? If you would like to shop, it's never too late. Shop till you drop. Here you go. Congratulations to last night's winner of the show. We are doing a giveaway today, so stay tuned to the show. We are giving away. In fact, I think I'll probably do two giveaways today because it's Christmas. So I'm feeling festive, right? All right. And if you hit the shop, you hit all products, you'll see all the products, so forth and so on. I think one will be a giveaway from the shop, and another one will be a giveaway of cash. Right. All right. So, last but not least, if you want to donate with us, you don't have to donate with your money. You can donate with your time. But if you're feeling fancy and free, please feel free to donate by clicking on PayPal. On donate, then it takes you to PayPal. It goes directly to us. There's not like a fault or anything. And it's a tax write off, right? And if you would like to follow us on what we're doing, if you go to meetup.com/women in Linux, you can find us on Meetup as well too. Here we are. And we got over 1,000 yet? Nope, we don't have 1,000 there, but we got 2,500 members to our Slack group. So that's a little different, right? We also have a meetup coming up this Wednesday right here, government contracting with Eric Coffee. So those that are consultants or looking to start their own company or whatnot, we got you covered, right? And you can check out Eric Coffee online as well too. Last but not least, we also have a membership with not a membership, but a link for you for IP Pro TV if you want to get a course or whatnot, or sign up for some of their courses. We have a Women in Linux as our promo code, so you can sign up, get 30% off. They're probably running a special now. I'm not sure if you can use the special and the promo code. I don't know, but check it out. And last but not least, if D can drop the link, don't forget to check out Binary Hustlers. Right, we're probably gonna go live today with Binary Hustlers and go from there. Do some. I got some stuff I want to talk about just in general. We're gonna try to make that show quick and easy, painless, and keep it pushing. I don't know, probably about 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. I don't know. We may stay up all night long and do something at 11 o'clock tonight. I don't know. I ain't decided yet. Y'all ain't doing nothing but sitting around, eating today, maybe doing some travel. Hopefully you're opening up some gifts. Hopefully you're writing down your game plan for 2022. Oh, now it look different. Now you look like you glowing. You got that light on the side.
No,
Oh, okay. I had to
that's
go.
probably the light from the window, but I like it. I'm psychedelic.
Now you wanna go to the skating rink,
Now I need some Christmas music.
rocking around the Christmas tree, or you want Mariah Carey?
I do not want to hear Mariah. Lord, no. I do not want to hear Mariah
you know
or
you want to
Carrie.
hear. You want to hear right.
Nope. No.
That's what you want to do.
I look like I'm in one of Erica Badu's videos, like I'm in the back playing the cymbals.
There you go. That's my Christmas. It's on the screen too. You still cracking me up. I don't care what y'all say. I just want to know what was going on with his shirt right here. Was he drooling?
He danced so hard he was sweating. They had to practice first.
Ow. Pop it. Lock it. Bam. Bam.
He's so silly
Ooh.
and thoroughly tickled.
What's
We
going
want to
on,
tell
Q4?
everybody go hit the like button. If you're
Yeah.
new to Howie Linux, go ahead and subscribe to the channel.
What's going on, Q4? How are you? What's going on, Miss Phoenix? How are you doing? Merry Christmas to all. Down to earth. I see you. L. Campbell, what's going on? Black Dazzle, what's going on? Uh, yeah, that's all good. Thanks for dropping by. And send a plate. What's on the menu? Anybody got some lamb chops, mashed potatoes?
Oh, is Capital Grill open today?
Look, why you get excited with Capital Grill? You probably need to make that reservation yesterday. But I'm sure Capital Girl, Ocean Prime, Roof Chris, Fogo, all of those are open today. You had to pull up on them.
They open at 5. You can definitely find out. I could go for a lamb chop.
See,
Some of
I
that
already
really
knew what
tasty
you wanted.
bread.
I already knew what you wanted.
Hmm?
I already knew what you wanted.
What?
Lamb chops.
I was all set for Ruth and her Chris. I was totally okay with that.
Really?
I mean, right now it's low mo tradition, so it is what it is.
All right. Let's get cracking. And D, go
What's
ahead and
what's what what's on our agenda for today?
first up, Radio Shack.
You know what? And people may not know this. Radio Shack used to be one of my favorite places. I had one right around the corner from where I grew up. You go get your batteries, your radios, you go peruse. Radio Shack had all the gadgets. Radio Shack was like Best Buy back then. I love
Radio
me
Shack
some
was
Radio
well.
Shack.
Radio Shack was more like I guess Newegg, excuse me, as well too, because you get the little gadgets. You can get you pick controllers, little stuff that
Electronics,
little
computer
electronic stuff.
parts, cameras,
That's where I got my first electronic kit from Radio Shack, where I
cell
learned about
phones,
circuits and they
tools,
had an electric.
everything.
See,
Everything was at the Radio Shack.
let me see. Let me go here. Let me go to Amazon. Let me see. Electric circuit learning kit. So you could buy like these little electric circuit learning kit. They weren't like these where you got to put everything together, but it had a board. I guess you could like a board like this, and you could play on the board, right? So you in the kit you could put things together.
Radio
I,
Shack had everything.
I recommend anybody get something like this so you can teach, doing little electronic kits and stuff like that. That's how I learned. I actually bought a kit and started playing around with it and saying, okay, well, if you connect these two things together, these are resistors in series. And so, how does the resistors in series work? How do you compute the resistance? How do you compute the resistance when resistors are in parallel, one over the resistor, and then the other one you just add resistors, and one over is when you do them in parallel. But this gives you, that basic foundation knowledge. And they would have they would have this kind of stuff at Radio Shack. They would have little robots at Radio Shack. Now you know who liked Radio Shack and how I got turned on to Radio Shack. You wouldn't believe it. Guess, just take a wild guess who turned me on to Radio Shack.
Your mom?
Nope,
Oh,
my grandmama.
she was at the Radio Shack.
My grandmama used to go to Radio Shack all the time. But you know why she went to Radio Shack? Because they would give away every year beach balls and frisbees and little little robots and stuff. And so she would go in there and get beach balls and frisbees and little robots for all the grandkids. And so that would be like our little thing. Like she every year she would go and she would get and then when I start going into Radio Shack with her, I would see like the robots and stuff, and I would play with gadgets and stuff, and then she just let me roam around inside the Radio Shack. But my grandmother is the one that introduced me to
And
Radio
Radio
Shack.
Shack was not a huge store.
No,
Like
it's a little
the
small
Radio
store.
Shack
You
in
just
my
go in there
neighborhood
and
was just enough store. That and Sanrio Surprises was like my favorite afternoon. I'm going to go take a walk. I can get lost in there and then get me some ice cream at Baskin Robbins.
but Radio Shack is coming back, folks. It's coming back as a crypto company. The goal is to bring cryptocurrency to the mainstream as well as known consumer brands. Radio Shack, once a brand associated with home electronics, has reappeared as a crypto company. As Radar reports, the Radio Shack website now advertises as bringing cryptocurrency to mainstream. by creating a protocol allowing everyone to more easily use decentralized finance, DeFi. In reality, it looks like as though Radio Shack is planning to launch its own radio token, and will start by focusing on swaps, which is basically a service to exchange cryptocurrencies and tokens. Documents available on their website describe this as low hanging fruit. Whatever Radio Shack decides to do, it will partner with Atlas USV, which offers universal, decentralized, and widely accessible DeFi base layer to build projects on top of. But why partner with Atlas? Well, you remember Radio Shack brand was acquired by the e-commerce uh, retail uh, retail e-commerce ventures back in 2020, which is ran by who? Ty Lopez. And Ty Lopez just came out with a coin. So he's gonna bring probably this back on the Radio Shack. So if you're not familiar with Ty Lopez and his coin, here's Ty Lopez launched his crypto coin. Um, here's Ty Lopez Bitcoin Crypto Academy. Let me see if we can get the name of this coin here. I don't want to click on that. I don't want to see a video. Da, 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 da. Let's go here. You know the real near peak Ty Lopez. If I launch my own ICO crypto, currency name. What should it be? Ty Lopez coin, knowledge coin, Tay coin, a Lamborghini coin. None of these are horrible names. Just that another. So let's click on Ty Lopez. Let's see if he. All right, here it is. The once ubiquitous electronics chain, Radio Shack filed for bankruptcy in 2015. REV bought it, and now they're returning as DeFi play. So Radio Shack coming back with Ty Lopez, and his it's probably be his coin that's on there, right? So, hey, here you go. Let me close that. Let me look and see if they got something here. The company behind the acquisitions of companies like Dress Barn and Pier One. With this acquisition, Radio Shack saw a light revitalization. The retailer launched an era appropriate e-commerce platform as well as an Amazon storefront in 2020. Radio Shack Crypto Exchange put radio tokens, I guess this is called radio tokens, in user hands. Yep, here we go. Incoming radio token. Here we go. Radio Shack's partner, blah, 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 add liquidity, buy, barter, whatever, stake or trade. So there you have it. Radio Shack back. And D can drop the link and you can follow the breadcrumbs. All right. Next up, that I thought was interesting. The DOE must address vulnerabilities in the critical electric infrastructure sector with mandatory standards. A public internet researcher asked the DOE to ensure mandatory measures addresses the risk of vulnerabilities in the electric infrastructure sector. This is one sector that's going to be reformed over not just mandates, but how we deal with IoT devices, right? The security around it, the compliance things that must be meet, the audit of it, where we getting things from, all that's going to come out and come into play with this. This is a longer article. D can drop the link for that, so you can get some idea on that. All right, I'm gonna skip down here. We're gonna talk about lasers. Because I'll come back up to the money section. All right, a new system of lasers will let us know if aliens are using lasers to communicate. So there's an acknowledgement that there are aliens out there, right? And we've known this for a while, right? You can't refute evidence from pilots that are flying. They see these foreign objects and they're like, "What the hell is that?" right? And we just can't think that because we have this, we're this little speck of dust. We're really like a speck of dust in this big universe, right? That we're the only ones that has technology. We can get into conspiracy theories all day, but parallel universes and so forth, whatever. It's inconceivable that extraterrestrial intelligence are using powerful lasers to grab our attention, but we lack the proper tools to notice a newly deployed system might be exactly what is needed to finally make contact. Two laser detecting devices were recently installed on the summit. This is in Hawaii. Get around Haleakala, Haleakala, also known as East Maui volcano, according to the University of Hawaii Press. Unlike the SETI, I don't know if y'all are familiar with the SETI. And I'm pull that up for you. I'm familiar with it. Let me show you images of the SETI, right? If you're not familiar with that, with well, and what they do, right? So they also have satellites and stuff like that. You should check out the SETI organization. You can actually download some of their data and stuff like that. But these are how these satellites are set up, right? I don't know if you ever paid attention to like satellites and how they get set up and whatnot, how to connect. I don't know if anybody ever seen like a physical net connection to satellites. I used to work with satellites, how they're physically connected, how you're plugging things in, moving them, what's feeding from the satellite to a bare metal machine, the data, doing analysis on it, and so forth. Um, so if you never checked it out, you should check it out, um, and see how that works. But they are launching satellites with lasers. All right, let's go here. Let's see, space lasers. Atlas is a new is Atlas new Atlas features. Let me pull that up. So you can see Atlas features new technologies that allow it to collect a more detailed, precise picture of heights of planet ice, vegetation, land surface, so forth and so on, right? And then they got space lasers. And then they talk about it, right? Has anybody ever used has anybody ever caught photons? So back in college, my professor, we created a project on catching photons. Photons are falling right now, and you can't see them. We get photons falling on us every day, and you can't see these photons. Um, but there is a way that you can see what how many photons are falling. The rapid rate, so catching photons. I'm gonna show you it. This is getting real into the weeds, but I think you would like it. um Getting the quantum physics, but uh here this is a French one right here, catching photons. um Do it yourself solar eclipse live from my backyard. I probably should create a little project where you all can see how to catch photons. um and it's really cool. You when they're coming down, and you're coming behind the lens and you're catching those photons. Why is this a big deal? What do you do with photons, right? So what do you do with photons? All right. It can be applied to photochemistry, high resolution microscopy, measures of molecular distances, and so forth. Let me see. Yep, little lights. What is a photon? What physicists refer to as a photon, other people might just call light. As a as a quanta of light, photons are the smallest possible packets of electromagnetic energy. It's energy, right? If you're reading this article on the screen page, streams of photons are carrying the images of words to your eyes. Like I say, photons are all around you. In science, photons are used for more than just a new illumination. They're ubiquitous, says Richard Roos, a research associate at the Institute of Nuclear Physics in I guess Krakow, Poland, and a theorist looking for new physics of large hadron collider. Photons are everywhere in particle physics, so you almost forget about them. Photon has fueled centuries of discovery and it remains as important as it is today, right? And so you can get into optics and photons, and the list goes on. When we talk about it was photons. Yeah, I see you. Yeah, but when you start talking about photons, they're all around you, and nothing you can do about it. Nothing you can do about it. But they're using lasers to try to capture whether aliens are speaking out there or not, which I found interesting. Right. All right. So let's talk about Tesla. Tesla is rolling out a new insurance program with rates calculated by surveilling drivers. So they already, got information on you. So why not uh, uh, create an insurance company for the drivers, right? After 2 years of offering car insurance to drivers across California, Tesla officially is bringing similar offerings to clientele in the new home state of Texas as electric first reported. And I'll blow this up. The big difference, the two is how the driver's premiums are calculated. In California, the prices are largely determined by statistical evaluations. In Texas, your insurance will be calculated in real time based on your driver behavior, right? So no dipping in and out of lanes, huh? Tesla says, "Go ahead, do you want to say?"
I was gonna say it's no fun. I mean, I know a Tesla will drive you places, but sometimes you want to put your foot in it. I wouldn't want Tesla, you know, telling me what I can and cannot do.
Well, now they ain't gonna tell you what you can and cannot do. They're just gonna say based upon your driving experience, your driving situation, we think you should be
Oh well,
paying.
I'm an excellent driver.
Right.
No tickets, no accidents.
Same here. I ain't had no accident since you know me.
Wilhelmina whip the wheel.
I ain't had no accident since you know me.
Wilhelmina whip the wheel.
I ain't had no tickets either.
Well, when we first started hanging out, you was in a car accident in my
The
in the parking lot
dude,
of my house.
let's hold on. Let's describe this car accident. Here we go with your scandal.
It was a whole scandal.
Yeah, because you're trying to make it seem like it was this car accident. Mind you, this
How
was
about a
10 years
fender
ago.
bender?
It wasn't even a fender bender.
What was it?
He hit my rim of my car.
So we'll call it a rim bender.
Okay, because you trying to make it like,
For those who don't know, everybody knows that you like fast cars, but she got a lead foot, and she
this
said
one
I
over here
drive like
do
a
too.
grandma.
This one over here do too. The only time she drive like a grandma is when she want to like just let's explore. Let's go see, girl. Let's go.
You gotta enjoy the ride.
Where's my mute button? All right. These are scores were recently rolled out in order to screen drivers that were interested in testing out Tesla full self-driving software, which, like the safety score itself, is currently in beta. And while the self-driving software release date is kind of up in the air for now. That's what it says in the article, kind of up in the air for now. Tesla drivers in the Lone Star State can use their safety score to apply the quotes on Tesla's website as of today. Right? So Tesla insurance, watch out, Progressive and all them. Because if they are already doing roofs and stuff like that, don't think they'll roll insurance and stuff like that into the roofs and so forth, right?
And this insurance is just not for Tesla cars, right?
This is, I think it's just primarily for Tesla cars. All right, Binance. Who's ready to get some Binance on? All right, Binance hires former IRS. Did y'all see that? Former IRS criminal investigator for monitor crypto money laundering.
They don't want nobody to be great. Like let me launder my money.
This came out in August. All right, this came
Why
out in
can't I
August.
launder my money in peace?
So Binance, the largest crypto trading platform, has hired former IRS Greg Monahan to oversee investigations into money laundering. What's considered money laundering, right?
Money laundering. I just had a course because I work at the bank, so I did a anti-money laundering.
Well, enlighten us. Put yourself on screen. Take me off.
Oh no! I'm gonna. We have to share this. You know, we're
We
like
don't. I don't
ornaments.
need it.
So money laundering is basically taking your ill-gotten gains and funneling them to businesses to convert them into clean money, money that you can use. So your money is ill-gotten gains. And I know we everybody has watched stuff like what was the guy that was dang it, I forgot the name of that show where the guy was he was the teacher and he ended up selling drugs through one of his kids' friends. But we watch, I watch a lot of El Chapo shows. So, you go out here and you're in the streets and you have these ill gotten gains, but you can't spend your ill gotten gains like that because you'll put yourself under the radar. So, what you do is you find a cash business, for instance, like a a laundromat or in it on TV they'll have a strip club or a restaurant or a club where it's a heavy cash transactions, and what they'll do is along with the business they'll put the dirty money into the business, and when they do their books that money is converted into what they call clean money, washed money. And so that whole process is money laundering.
You sound like a true criminal investigator yourself there.
I just literally had a whole class on it. I have plenty anti money laundering courses in your actions on what you're supposed to do when you get it. So it's very
So
interesting.
is it easy? Let's ask this: is it easy to assume someone could be doing money laundering and not know it?
I think there's a whole some different factors when you look at money laundering. It is also, you look at the time the person has been in business, like when did they start this particular company? How fast has this company grown? Like if you're a new company and it within 3 to 6 months you are making hundreds of thousands of dollars, there's no growth pattern with that. It's just like, where did this money come from? So, good money launderers launder incrementally over time. Now, if you just in there and on me in the Hellcat, or putting yourself under the radar, they're like, where are you getting all of this stuff from? The story does not make sense. You
So,
cannot. We can
so what
look
you're
at your
saying is
YouTube funds.
you don't want to look at you don't want to be on pocket watching with JT is what you're saying.
I mean, you really don't want to. The whole point of the money laundering is to be um below the radar. But some people they like the stuff, so they'll shine brighter than my little tam I got on. Tam I got on the tam.
I know. Just so you're
Mary ho
excited.
ho, friend.
My All right, keep it techie. What's going on? Good morning or good afternoon. What's it? Is it morning for you? Or maybe noon for you. Think you're
What a
central.
joke. The country was, yeah, we were built on ill-gotten gains. I mean, they got everybody. So, but they are going to definitely keep an eye on what you got. So the has and the have-nots will keep having nots. So
Yep.
nada, nada.
All right. So next up, Meta is warning that 50,000 of its users have been targeted by private spies. and that goes into a couple of places, right? That goes into Instagram. What else do they own? WhatsApp. WhatsApp was notorious for having some type of spy watch on it. So I'm just, you know, informing you. Let's get into it. All right, a
Oh,
person.
and there's private spy companies. So,
Right.
you know, I'm secret squirrel. I'll go find some stuff. But imagine like a whole building full of people just searching for stuff and just watching you. Like you already got the government all in your
So
stuff.
this is what I was talking about earlier. Um, Google um, video um, recognition. So here, content video recognition from Google, and it's easy to get started on this, right? Precise video analysis that recognize over 20,000 objects and actions in a video. Extract the metadata of the video, the shot, the frame. Create a custom entity label with AutoML video intelligence. Gain real time insights with video streaming, annotation, objects in the events, and so forth, right? And then you can basically you can come through here. They walk you through on how to do this. So let's go take the next step here. Go to the console. I'm logged in as me. So we can train a custom model to classify shots and segments in your videos. No machine learning experience required. You can train a custom model and use the API to detect and track objects with your videos, bounding boxes, and so forth, or cloud video intelligence. Use Google pre-trained models to detect over 20,000 objects or entities and actions in your videos. You can detect explicit content, shots, transcript, speech, so I can get speech, recognize text, and so forth, right? So basically, your videos that you all have on Instagram or anywhere, right? I can go do a scrape on the platform that you're on, scrape it, that's public, load it up into Google AI and get all the information that I want to about you, right? And I can train, I can target a specific age group or what have you, and train and learn what it is, what kind of videos you're uploading, what are you having in your videos, what are you talking about in your videos. Learn about your entire area, right? So what your entire area code, right? If I want to market towards a particular area code and then start creating based upon that if I wanted to, right? You don't need it. You don't even need any help on that. Get started. Train you on enable the API. You just would see what happens. It take probably about 10 minutes maybe to enable
And
it.
this
Oh,
might
cool.
answer Derek's question about filtering data.
Yep. So we can create a data set right here. Video classification or video tracking. Get label predictions in an entire video. Get label get labels, tracks, timestamps for objects you want to track. So let's create a data set, right? Now here it says import videos. So now I can tell it to import some videos, upload my videos here. So I can go to videos. No videos imported. So I want to import my video. So it says intelligence uses your videos to train custom models. Upload labels in your CSV or upload unlabeled video files using label tooling. At least 100 video segments per label. Processed videos will be stored in the cloud. And then they got train and test, right? Select the CSV cloud storage, blah, blah, blah. You can upload a .mov, a MPEG 4, a MP4, or .avi, and go from there. And so I'm gonna play with this afternoon, and I'll record my results. I'm just gonna download a video and throw it in there and see what the results are. Right. So this is just using a video that's already out there using the platform they already have. I don't need to know about AI. It's gonna do its thing for me. And train, test, and evaluate. This is in beta, right? So there you have it, right? You have all of that readily available for you right there at your fingertips. So when we talk about these private companies um, spying on people, um, they even talk about it here. It said it had recently ejected six private surveillance firms with its platform, along with a network of fake profiles being leveraged by an unknown entity. Meta says that the companies violated its community standards and service policies, given the severity of the violations have now been banned forever using the platform again in the report published alongside, and I'll pull up this report, alongside the announcement. We've disabled seven entities who targeted people across the internet in over 100 countries, shared our findings with the security researchers. Other platforms and policymakers issued a cease and desist, and also alerted people who we believe were targeted to help them strengthen the security of their accounts. The spy firms largely leverage networks of fake profiles, which they use to engage with certain users, integrate, I guess it's supposed to be integrated themselves into various closed communities, largely journalists, activists, and report states. Right? Journalists, activists, and report states trying to change the game, trying to change how things are conveyed to you, information. So Deacon dropped that. Here's the report. Um, the global surveillance for hire industry targets people to collect intelligence, manipulate, comprise their devices and accounts across the internet. While the cyber mercenaries often claim their services only target criminals and terrorists, our months long investigation concluded that targeting is, in fact, indiscriminate of and includes journalists, I guess, dissonants, critics of authoritarian regimes, families of opposition members, and human rights activists. We disabled seven entities who targeted people across over 100 countries. And then they go into how the surveillance worked. What does that look like? Dee can drop this link to this report. I'll put it backstage for you to read through, in case you want to read through it, in case you want to see how surveillance works. You'll all be in surveillance right now, whether you know it or not, whether you like it or not, but you are. All right. Let's see. Yep. All right. Cool. Next up, get my D. What's your thoughts on that before we go?
You already know how I feel about the spies and people in my business. So, like I said, the government is already in the business, but to know that other people are peeping in, you just don't know. Sometimes I really like my false sense of security that I have, because if that stuff will drive you crazy thinking about who's watching you, um 24/7. Like, we're on this live now, and we're actually broadcasting out to the World Wide Web. So it's global at the click of a button. However, you don't know if somebody has tapped into your camera and is monitoring you on something else. And if they are recording your mannerisms and the inflections of your voice, and just, peeping everything that's in your background and all that other stuff. So it's pretty scary.
So what you're referring to is deep fakes. So
Yeah. Or, we might be on in Russia talking about something totally different.
yep, here's deep fakes, right? Has anybody created has looked at creating a deep fake? Did y'all look into creating a deep fake? Right. Let's see. Can Facebook and Google detect and stop a deep fake? This was in 2019. Um, see. Google has released a giant database of deepfakes to help fight deepfakes. Right? 3,000 original manipulated videos. Let me see if we got the videos. It's just taking me back here. I want to see the videos though. Yeah, see, it's not. That's not a video. It's just a GIF. I wanted to see where the videos were at, but I come across the videos and when I'm on my search and pull them up. Probably had to do a search for them. I talked about this last night. TikTok got more traffic than Google in 2021. We talked about that last night. I won't go into that, but then you got to think about where does TikTok, what country they originated from, and where their data centers are. They do have some here in the United States, but who who has access to that data and what are they contriving about people with that access to that type of data? That's what you got to be. That's what you got to be looking at. All right, let's get to some visualization stuff. All right, so this is one of the things that I thought was interesting. My discovery this week. And I know you all are into visualizing things. So let's go here with visual capitalist. All right, global GDP. Is that big enough for everybody to see here? I think it is. Yeah. You can't see these little ones over here because these are other countries right here. Over here, these are smaller countries. These are smaller countries here. Over here. I won't say smaller countries, but countries. All right. Like here is Saint Lucia, and it's their GDP is 1.7 billion. Right. You have Cameroon, 0.04 trillion. Let me make sure I said Saint Lucia was in the billions. Yeah, Grenada in the billions, Belize in the billions, Aruba in the billions. The Bahamas is 0.01 trillion. Jamaica 0.01 trillion, Haiti 0.02 trillion, uh, Trinidad and Tobago 0.02 trillion, right? And they're showing, these countries. But look at the United States, 22.94 trillion. The finance, insurance, and real estate industries contribute to $4.7 trillion of the U.S. GDP. What do we talk about on here mostly, primarily? We talk about finance and real estate, right? Long term projections, long term things that bring back money. China, 16.86 billion with 25% of manufacturing making up their GDP, both higher than Japan and Germany. But you can see Taiwan, India, the Philippines, Japan, Australia. Then you get into France and Italy, Germany, the Middle East itself, right? 48 countries with the rest of Africa here, Brazil, Canada, Mexico, right? And then you got these little ones down here, KZL is what that is right there. And then they talk about, they show it like the whole map here, right? And then you got little bitty countries, and I'm gonna try to blow this up without going out of screen here. I know you probably, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's about as big as I can get it. But you can see the little stuff, rest of Africa, Caribbean, Central America, 0.54 trillion. And then they got a little breakdown of each one here, right? So I thought this was interesting so you can see the breakdown of where money is coming from, what makes it up. Real estate and finance and insurance are the three, right? And every last one of those industry has tech behind it, right? Every last one of them. All right, so let's go look at this. The world's biggest startups, top unicorns, right? So, as you can see here, I want you to follow along here. Here at the top are the countries based on color. This line right here separates the actual fields. So, in artificial intelligence, you have China with ByteDance at 140 billion, and then this color represents, I think, that looks like the United States, um, with 12.4 billion for fair, and then since time, another one with back over in China. It could be Hong Kong. I don't know. That looks like it's still China. Those colors look the same to me. And now we got again over here. We got Stripe, and this falls under fintech. So finance. Remember, we just looked at the GDP, right? We just talked about finance being one, but we can see what's leading the way is Stripe, which is uh yeah, 95 billion, not 08. That's just a B on the end. In the green here matches up with, is that Sweden or Germany? What do you think? That's Sweden? That looks more like Sweden to me. Revolut here, United Kingdom. Brazil here. Chime would be US. This that color right here looks like it's Hong Kong. That's the FTX there, right? And then we come back over here and look at SpaceX at 103 billion. I keep talking about the missions to space and so forth. So here, 103 billion. They consider this, I guess, other, and then down here they consider this internet software services and data analytics. Right here with 38 billion with Databricks, and then we have over here the supply chain logistics Instacart, 39 billion. Right. Uh, Here we have, I cannot pronounce that. Not gonna screw that up. Shein e-commerce. Uh, they're red and they are out of China. GoPuff. Uh, they look like United States blue. Yep. And then Juul, the electronic cigarette maker Juul Labs has a valuation of 16 billion before it was the news for youth usage concerns and the FDA investigations. So I like this little breakdown of like uh, just the top unicorns. What are they in here? Like aerospace manufacturer and game developer publisher Epic Games. Like some unicorns, a little known companies making quite a but quiet but impactful strides. Private startups valuated over 10 billion. Again, ByteDance, SpaceX, Stripe, Klarna, Canva at 40 billion, based out of Australia. Instacart, the U.S., Databricks, U.S., Revolut, the UK, Nubank, Brazil, and Epic Games, the U.S. And then it's probably two or three more pages where they go on to talk about financial services and payments. Payment software company Stripe joined the valuation of 36 billion to 95 billion over the course of the COVID-19 pandemic. So I guess within a year or so. The biggest startups by industries and countries: fintech, e-commerce, AI, hardware, internet services, and so forth. And they give you a breakdown of this, right? So I just wanted to have you see where money is flowing, what industries this money is flowing in, and places where you should be looking at jobs, because that's where they're at, right? So even if you be a scrum master at a fintech company, you're in that industry, which is continuously to grow. Do you back?
I'm here.
Okay. The richest women in America in one graphic. Here they are. 68.1 billion for Alice Walton. Alice Schwartz is 3 billion, and that's the top 10 oldest. She's Alice is the top 10 overall. The top 10 youngest, Wolf Herd, and then Rihanna. All right. And top 20 self-made, Diane Hendricks, 11.7 billion. She's in roofing. Oprah is up there in TV shows, uh, cosmetics. Sheryl Sandberg, of course, from Facebook and so forth. Right? Who's behind the top richest person? Mackenzie Scott, even after a divorce, even after giving away billions, she's at 56.1 billion. And this is, let's see how old this is. November the 22nd. So this year. Koch, the Koch family is always gonna be up there.
Any money.
Jacqueline Mars, candy and pet food. Miriam Adelson, casinos. Money management, Abigail Johnson. Lauren Powell, and jobs and family. Apple and Disney. Diane Hendricks, I talked about her. Ann Walton. You can't have the Waltons not in the top. And then Blair Perry Ogden, media and automotive. Let's go look up Blair. Never heard Blair. Don't know who Blair is. Blair. Let me look over here so I can keep it up. Blair Perry O'Kaden. Blair. What is going on, Blair? All right. Is American born Australian billionaire heiress and philanthropist. According to Forbes, she was Australia's richest person by worth of 2016. Perry Ogden is the heiress to Cox Enterprise. There you have it, Cox Enterprise. And then you jump down here to the Gap. Doris Fisher, 2.8 billion. Little Caesars, 4.4 billion. Energy and sports, Janice McNair, energy and sports. Of course, they got Kim up there. Cargill, Pauline McMillan Kenneth or Kenneth. Um, In and Out Burgers, Lindsay Snyder, Spanx, Sarah Bakley. That's the she gave everybody $10,000.
That's Atlanta's finest.
Yep. Estee Lauder, 4.2 billion.
They
Here.
even got Kim Kardashian down at 1.2 billion.
Yep.
And they said her sister was a billionaire, but I don't see her on the list. I had to pull it up so I can see.
eBay, Meg Whitman, 6.3 billion. Car dealerships, Gail Miller, 3.2 billion.
Give it up for Rihanna and Oprah.
Yep. Ty Lee, IT provider, 4.1 billion. Aerospace, Aaron Osman, 1.4 billion. Who should we reach out to have them see if they'll come on the show?
I don't know, but it's a lot of old
Oh, it's
ladies on
old
there.
money.
This is old money.
Old money.
Old money.
The ones down here, they knew.
It
Top
is
20
some
self-made.
old
They
money on here.
right. So again, um, I'm just showing you.
And that's what that's legacy. That's wealth.
Yep.
But once one person passes, there's
Look at these
always a
ages
scandal.
though. Check these ages.
Hmm?
Check the ages. Alice Walton, 72. Jacqueline Mars, 82. The roofing, Walmart, and automotive, 74, 72, 71, respectively. Right. The oldest, richest women in America, 95.
95, 94, 90.
Right. Strap down here. The youngest, richest woman in America, 32. Rihanna is up there, 33. Dating app. What dating app did she have? The founder and CEO, Bumble.
Oh, okay.
Bumble. Software, 37. Cosmetics, Estee Lauder, medical equipment, Amazon, so forth. The top 20 made richest women in America, their ages 74, 77, 65, 84, 88, 62, 7. So I got time.
Plenty.
I got time.
Plenty.
I got time. Hold on. Let me, what you say? Y'all I'm snatching dreams. I got time. I got
Plenty.
time. I got time to hit my billionaire goal. Right. That was it. I hope y'all find that one informative because I found it informative. Right. So now, D drop the link. This is for men only. Men only. I'm be controversial today. Can you date a woman that's a billionaire? Drop the link, D. She got more money than you. Is it okay? We want men first. We want men first. I'm controversial today. I'm messy. It's a messy Christmas.
Not only are you messy, you're petty. Petty T.
Messy petty tea.
Petty T is what they call you.
Messy petty tea.
Oh gosh, you go messy, messy, messy.
Drop the link. Men only. I want to hear from the men in the chat. I want to hear from the men. I want to know.
Let me go ahead and drop the link to come up to the stage.
Can you date a woman that's a billionaire?
And that's next level money.
We're
You
gonna
know, you
keep
don't
it in
ever
it.
hear about
We're gonna
Stedman.
we're gonna keep them. We're gonna keep them in the vicinity before the wall. It's a messy Christmas.
You don't never hear about Stedman out there acting up. And I tell people all the time, when Oprah met Stedman, Stedman wasn't a slouch. Like she didn't meet Stedman at the pool and he was a pool boy. Stedman was a financier. He was in banking. So yes, it's a
Messy
messy
Christmas.
promise.
It's
Yes,
messy.
messy.
We messy today. We messy.
Petty. Petty, petty.
Messy petty
We don't
tea.
even have any cocktails. My stomach is so empty. I'll probably slide out of this chair with a drink.
Messy petty tea and messy petty D. Messy
The
Christmas.
messy, the petty.
So that's the question. Can you, Rihanna? I'm gonna keep it in that good, respectable age range from
I don't know.
32
I mean, are
to
you asking me, can
41.
I be gay for pay?
D. Okay, D. Uh, Alice Walton says she want to take you on a date.
How old is Alice Walton?
72.
70. She just needs some company. But I don't know. She might be eating vegetables and stuff, and she might. You know what?
She gonna be
Alice,
your
well,
Edelyn.
she might can get it.
She gonna be your Edelyn. She might get it. D. No, say no, D. Say no to the drugs, D.
Let me tell you.
D. No, say no, D. D. If you're in there,
I'm just gonna have to keep it real.
D, look
I
into
mean,
my
if I was a kept
eyes.
woman, like that's next level money.
D, look
And
into
what if
my
Alice
eyes.
came to you and she was like, "You so beautiful, you so wonderful, you so marvelous. I want to make all your dreams come true. All I just need is for you to come and spend some time with
I
me
don't know, Conan Evans at
and
72.
go to a little gala. She go fun, put some money in Women in Linux, introduce you to the right people.
He just gotta be he gonna have to have eye candy. No men coming up. Ain't no men coming up. Mm-mm-mm.
I'm just saying,
Nah, Coda
it'll make
Evelyn
me double
as a
take.
billionaire, she ain't gonna marry him, but she probably gonna be like, you need to be easy on the eyes.
And it's what and then when
Then J
you watch the
then
shows, you
did
watch
J
the
Lo
shows, they may have their husband and they may have their thing on the side because hey, your marriage is what you make it. They
then
may have an understanding.
J Lo dated the backup dancer. She didn't marry him, did she?
J-Lo marry everybody. J-Lo marry every
J Lo
7 years.
J
J-Lo
Lo
got a
said
new
he was
husband.
getting a check.
That J-Lo keep her husband. I know those renups is be tight because she keep her husband.
J Lo is like we get, and that's another thing we have to talk about. I'm about to bring a lawyer on because everybody is like, man, the men need to have prenups. Y'all women out here need to have prenups too. I say it all the time, especially we were talking about salaries earlier. If you bringing in $1 million or something like that, I get it. Your money is his money, and his money is your money. Y'all can have a pot for that.
Yeah, and I think when you have that type of money, um, it is you are definitely position yourself to prosper, and that's how empires are made. But also, when you are like Walton type of money is generational wealth money. So at the end of the day, you are bred around a certain caliber of people, and I can see somebody wanting somebody that just is and I don't want to say regular, but knows about life, like just to not be on that plane all the time, not to be in that pretense, to have that pomp and circumstance, and I'm this and I'm that. Like some people just want to go to the store and go to Target and go cruise the aisles, or but when you are born into a lifestyle, it it becomes a little different. You get to exercise your options. Just look at Will Smith's family and his children. They gave them the freedom to do whatever they wanted to do, and they're still exercising those freedoms. And so, if you had, and that's a question, if you had what you needed as far as money, would you exercise your freedoms or what would you do? And then if you come from a family with money, what is that responsibility like? Y'all, if y'all haven't watched Succession, y'all should watch Succession. And then what's that other one when they Ark Investments? Is it Billions? Is it
Mm-hmm.
something like that?
It's billions,
Huh?
billions.
Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 100,000aires have prenups as well. I mean, you get a
Mm-hmm.
renup to get a renup, but it's that that's
And then I keep calling it a renut because that's what Tyler Perry call it in Mattel. That's why I keep
the
saying a
renup.
renut.
It's about it because it's a marriage is a business. People don't understand, like the institution of marriage is also a business. So you come in the marriage bringing something or the potential to grow the marriage. And so if you're coming to the marriage and you have built a business and you're in partnership with somebody, or you need to protect those assets because you don't know what that marriage might yield, you have the right to put those in place. Like if me and Tamika get married, not to each other, but outside, we have to have
I was
prenups
like,
in
D.
place to protect the businesses that we already own because we have an obligation to each other and we have a fiscal responsibility to the business. So
Get your prenup. All right. Nobody came up. No man came up. So that means no man would be okay with being with a woman that's a billionaire. That's what I'm getting. Okay. All right. Well, ladies, there you have it. You may not have a man that's okay with you with being a billionaire. Oh, I think Afri said he was okay. He was the only one. Everybody else said no. It's told you it's a messy Christmas. All
Hell,
right, here we go. Billionaires who had their career breakthrough after 35. After 35. We're going to talk about industries in automotive, diversified energy, retail, finance, food and beverage service, and so forth. Y'all ready for this list? This is after 35. These people became billionaires after 35. We just looked at the billionaires that was in the 90s, right? We hop down here. Let me go back. The oldest, Alice Schwartz, biotech 95, right? Look at this. Gap 90, right? Now the question is who they leaving their money to? Did they have kids?
I
They
mean,
got
and it's also
grandkids?
interesting to look at some of these marriages, like,
How they set
look
up?
who married into like the what is that? The what was the Kennedy family? Like
Yeah.
who you marry, what you guys bring. It's a power play.
I told you about that Kennedy story, right?
Which one?
Long story short, I'm not gonna say where he's from or give context. I'll just say this. I know a guy from back in the day who got married to Kennedy and he took his wife's name because he wanted the Kennedy last name. Put that in perspective. Didn't have no problems with it. This is Doris Fisher. Is an American billionaire businesswoman who co-founded the Gap clothing store with her late husband, Donald Fisher. Late husband. I'm assuming
Co-founder.
I'm assuming Donald is passed on.
She went to Stanford. Go back up a little bit. She went to Stanford.
Yeah. She and they got a daughter, Jewish family out of San Francisco. See, Doris Fennenbaum is a San Francisco, uh, California, to a Jewish family in 1931. She is the daughter of Dorothy Bamberger of New York and B. Joseph, I guess, Fingbaum. I'm screwing that up. She had two siblings, Anne and Joseph. Here's her career. She loaned the collection she and her husband spent their lives collecting, which consists of 1,100 works by 185 artists, including Andy Warhol, Ellisworth, Kelly, and so forth, blah, 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 to a museum. Their political views, personal life, their three sons, Robert, William Sidney Fisher. He is an American investor and hedge fund manager and philanthropist. He has been a director of the Gap since 2009 and the founder and the chief executive officer of Manzanita, I guess Manzanita Capital Limited. Here is John Fisher. He is an American businessman. He is the owner of the Major League Baseball team, the Oakland A's, and has stakes in Major League Soccer, San Jose Earthquakes, and Scotland Celtics. Celtic. They ain't worried about nothing.
I got a fun fact for the Gap.
What's that?
So when I was younger, I used to go to the Boys and Girls Club in our neighborhood, and it happened to be in an area popular to San Francisco called the Hayden Ashbury.
Mm,
And as kids, we it was some event that we were doing, and we were kids. We walked into the Gap, and the Gap lent us clothes. They donated clothes to us for a fashion show. And so we had this fashion show as kids in all Gap clothing. And it was literally as easy as walking up to the Gap store on the block and speaking to the manager, and they gave us all of this stuff. And we were so proud of ourselves in our little fashion show. I think my mother got pictures, but that was fun. Fun fact for the Gap.
Fun
Kudos to
fact.
the Gap.
Kudos to the Gap.
I got some Gap leather pants that I'm trying to get back into in my closet. I love the Gap.
Old school. I think
It's old school for me. You see, they're based out of San Francisco. I
and
love the Gap.
Kanye
I
and
love the
Kanye
Gap, and I
Kanye's
think
doing
Levi
designs for
has
them,
some
right?
problems, but I was a Levi girl. My
Kanye
curls
is
fit in Levi. Hmm?
you got. I'm waiting till you finish because you keep going.
I mean,
As I
it's a
said,
dialogue.
Kanye is doing designs for the Gap, right? Or he was doing designs for the Gap.
He was. He did have a little something with the Gap at a point in time. I don't know if they're still doing it.
No, it's 2020. I don't know if they ever came out. Oh, I guess so. Yeah, they did. They came out. All right, here we go. This when he went on his weirdo stuff. He was like, "Where are we wearing this to, my G? What are we doing? Where are we going with this, Kanye?" I don't know. I don't know how I feel about a man walking around with this on.
Kanye, his homeless collection, like he always looked homeless or like a
His
wrestler. Like
shoes.
those shoes are terrible. They're terrible. Like who want to wear those loaves of bread on your feet? And people, and when I see people in those Kanye shoes, I'm like, it's it's just because they're from Kanye. Because it is no way I'm gonna be caught dead with those biscuits on my feet. I'm sorry, Kanye. You're my Gemini brother, but that is terrible.
I don't know. Y'all keep hyping Kanye Styles up.
I don't. And then he been wearing those extra construction boots that go to his knees. Like, what? Go sit down.
All
Between
right.
him and that what's his name? That Floyd Mayweather. They be calling Unc T because he be looking like a male version of Mary J. Blige with those knee boots.
All right, let's get into it. Look
What's
at it.
next up?
This it. Back to it. So the billionaires that had the breakthrough after 35.
These look
This
like men.
that's what they that's the what's all that's on here. That's why I want to show it.
It's funny they have them as cartoons.
Look, but I don't know what this is right here. I don't know if it was a man that turned into a woman.
I think it's two people. It's a
Okay.
couple.
Okay.
They're married.
That's it. No women.
There's one woman on there,
Well, one,
half of the couple.
right? But again, when we're looking at this, these are people after 35. So those that don't know if they can do it after 35, you can. So right. Um Argentina, Algeria, Romania, Nigeria, Malaysia, France, Philippines, United Arab, South Korea, United Kingdom, Chile, Germany, Italy, Singapore, Switzerland, the United States, Jim Simmons, Resonance, a Renaissance, not Resonance, Renaissance Technologies. Um, I'm looking for all US right now. I only see that one. Yep, I only see that one after 35. And then you can go back through this list and look at see who all the other countries as well too. Right? All right. Next up, and let me know if you like these visualizations. I found them to be appealing to the eye. U.S. inflation. Which categories have been hit the hardest? And they go through and they talk about each month, right? And this came out November the 19th. But beef is up 24%. Hotels are up 26%. Gasoline is up 51%. You should be able to see this in your bills. Laundry equipment up 15%. Natural gas 28. Eggs 12. Vehicles 40. Vehicle rentals 40%. Furniture bedding. Furniture and bedding 11%. Bacon 20. Used cars and trucks 26%. You should be able to see this. You should
I
be able to
see it when I shop.
you should be able to see this. 12% on eggs. Yeah, yeah. You see it, but you're not the 12 and 15 and 11, you be like, okay, I get it. But when you start getting 51, 28, 39, 26, you see those.
That's high, high.
You see those. See those. You can even see it. Let me see. Go to cargo rules, right? I, that's fine. And then we'll do a nationwide search.
I mean, even in like your major metropolitan cities where people don't have cars and they've been stuck in the house just for a weekend getaway, just to
Like
take a drive. I think during the pandemic, that was what we did. It was just like, let's just go take a drive and see what's going on.
there's also this. I was in another Slack and the guy sent me a website, but they're considered there's a fair deal at 16 grand a month, certified pre-owned. On top of that,
At a measly 16 grand a month.
at a measly 16 grand a month.
You got that.
They say it's a fair deal. It's above market by 23,000 off of 900,000. It's had two owners.
A
It's in
fair
Fort
deal.
Lauderdale.
How much for
Fair deal.
one day? How much for an hour?
How many miles does it have? 3,100 miles and two owners. And I think this car was $400,000 when it came out.
How much for 15 minutes?
400,000 for that car when it came out.
I just want to take it around the corner.
So again, we'll go back to this. Go do your calculations. If you can look at your bills from last year, right? How much a state cost you to how much it costs you now. Um, how much gas cost you then to now. How much eggs cost you from then until now.
They're up. Eggs are up. People staying in the house. They got to wash their own clothes. Nobody like, I don't know about you, but I don't like lugging my stuff to the wash house.
In Texas, it's the washateria.
Mm-hmm.
And then they got more information on these on this as far as like what hit the hardest and why. Alcoholic beverages 2.2%, shelter 3.5, apparel 4.3, medical service 1.7, and then they just kind of go on into breaking down the from the highest to the lowest. There's like money saving action. So how can you save? Cut back on the restaurant and takeouts. Keep my technology turn. Keep my current technology. Don't upgrade. Budget food and cut back on grocery buying. Purchase less clothing and put off home repairs and renovations or home upgrades.
Because right now those are high right now too because of the shortage on building supplies.
Will inflation continue to rise in 2022? Many experts believe that inflation would decelerate going into 2022, though there's no consensus on this matter. Improve semiconductor supply and easing of port congestion around the world could help slow inflation down. And if nothing goes seriously wrong, for the near term, consumers will have to adjust to adjust to the sticker shock. In other words, eat it. That's what they're saying. Eat it. All right. Hold on. Let me check. I think I went through everything, and then I'll go back to what we talked about earlier. I see it, but you gotta you gotta pay to play. All right. So let's go. Here we go. All right.
There's no butler over here. I wish it was a butler butling around.
Here we go. All right. How much does Rivian, Tesla, and Uber pay their employees? Throw me some numbers in the chat.
Drum roll.
Yeah, throw me some numbers in the chat randomly. All right. The war for talent between transportation tech and companies has no end in sight. Competitive compensation is one of the key tools each has for luring workers. Federal data gives a look at how tech each pays for a variety of positions. All right. Did I get any number? $10 per hour, JM? Come on now. I'll take that number, but you know that 80K Linda D, you should know better than that. Y'all ready? All right. Electric vehicles revealed how much Tesla pays its employees from software engineers to product managers. And then Rivian revealed how it pays its employees. All right, let's get into it. Lyft revealed its salaries from 135 to 305. All right. Oh man, where we at? I'm gonna have to go back up here and log in. And go down. Bring it down some. Because I'm gonna have to click on these. Boom, 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 boom. All right. Tesla is ranging from said the salary says has shared the U.S. government shows employees in many positions earn more than 100,000. So from 93,000 to 169,000 is what they have. Data scientist 107, global supply 122, integration 121, product 121, senior data engineer 147, senior software engineer 148 to 165. And I don't think this includes the stock options. Um, let's go back because I think this is the right link, but I just want to make sure. Do do do. Review. Here we go. Rivian is paying 76 to 176. I don't think these are all California. Some of these are probably remote. 176 for a systems engineer. Systems engineer 134. Vehicle controls 113. Vehicle crash safety test engineer 85. We'll go over here and open that up. We're gonna go back to this. Yep, self-driving cars and then Uber. Uber is at ranging from 85,000 to 330,000. All right, we did Rivian. Let's go Waymo. and Zox. I think you heard of Zox, right? The little car, the little taxi. I think it's a taxi. All right, let's get down here. Argo AI. Looks like we're ranging from 135 to 225. Give or take of what position you're going. 234, 135 to 234, depending on the position. Aurora, 123 to 172. Cruise, we're looking at looks like 140, no, 119 to 231. 119 to 231. Waymo, looks like we're ranging around 117 to 188. And the technical program manager is 186, right? Zox, right? Looking at 115 to 203, right? Range for engineers. And it's engineer dependent, of course. It just gave a wide range from the lowest to the highest, right? And then our other little thing that I had on here. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Meet black women making the world venture capital. We talked about it earlier. Was the $1 million? Did you drop that link earlier?
What'd you say?
Did you drop this link earlier?
I don't think I dropped the link earlier
Okay, go ahead and
because
drop that.
I placed it on this show, so I figured that we would be talking about it again.
Yeah, we good on it. Talked about it earlier. All right, I was gonna say this, but I wanted to show Federal Cladero Government Forum 22. Accelerate your mission with data. They're having a meeting January the 19th at the Ritz Carlton in Pentagon City from 8:30 to 12 a.m. 8:30 a.m. to noon, basically. You can live stream it as well too. Those that are interested in talking about government contracting and what it looks like, here are the speakers. I thought this was interesting here. Pamela Esum, the director of AI and Technology Office at the Department of Energy. Look her up here. She is the Director of Artificial Intelligence at the Technology Office for the United States or I guess you could say DOE, and previously served as the Deputy Chief Information Officer for Architecture, Engineering, and Technology and Innovation. She has extensive knowledge in ideation and experience and using emerging technology to drive, excuse me, digital innovation solutions, enabling DOE to fulfill its strategic goals and objectives. She is a principal corporate officer. She's bringing 25 years of business IT transformation and modernization expertise to the agency with a natural talent for blending business with IT. This advances the OCIO's vision to match customer needs with the OCIO product and service offering, including the implementation of Innovation Community Center. She has made great strides in the implementation of cybersecurity controls and data stewardship, and as a senior agency official for geospatial information, and is a strong data officer partner (CDO). Right. I'm looking to see what her background was. All right, here it is. Prior to joining the federal workforce, Isam led business and IT transformation programs and operated as a principal executive consultant, an executive enterprise architect, a software engineer for various large organizations with a specialization in cloud, data transformation, and secure information management. She has published a book and multiple publications, including IT modernization in the energy sector to mitigate cyber threats of our critical infrastructure. She has been awarded numerous patents and brings a wealth of private knowledge and applied experience to the federal government. She has a master's degree from in information systems from Walden University, and she has a bachelor's in business administration from Chaminade University in the University of Hawaii, Honolulu. There you have it. I wonder if I could get her on the show. What do you think? What do y'all think? Excuse me. I think I can get her on the show.
Was that a yawn?
Yeah.
Somebody need a nap now?
No,
Somebody need a nap now.
not at all. Did you drop the link? What's going on, Natasha? Merry Christmas. For those that are on Facebook watching us. Yep, Colin and Evelyn 183. That's right. Get them numbers up. Colin and Evelyn, you get a gift today for that. Let's shoot you 25. Shoot us your cash out. If you in the Slack, you can send it to me there. You got the numbers. All right, it's giveaway time.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get on the show. All right, it's giveaway time. D, what are we giving away today? I did the first one and this one. What are we doing?
He said what?
I did the first two giveaways. Please pick what we're giving away.
Um,
I
I,
need
I
more
think it's
enthusiasm.
more more enthusiasm.
If you get
Jazz
be
hands.
jazz hands.
You need to put me on some Jack Quails. Is that him? Get me in the mood.
Land
I
of the
I
free.
think it's a dealer's choice. Like they win
You are the
something.
dealer.
I mean, let me finish. That they can pick something off the website.
We did that one already. Let's do something different.
I mean, see, you see, just like what you thinking, D?
Be
Whack.
creative.
I think that's great.
How about an Amazon gift card?
I said what I said already.
All right, $25 Amazon gift card coming up. All right, so the giveaway is a $25 Amazon gift card, and then we'll go with D's choice from the website. You know,
No, do what you must.
I will, I will. So therefore, all see you see how she got all them eyes and stuff. It's not necessary. I know that's right. Q4. She got on a new tam. You can't tell her nothing.
It's actually an old tam. It's been in my hat drawer for a while, and this is the first time I was able to break her out.
I'm trying to mute you, but you won't mute.
So I'm excited about my. I feel like I am a Christmas ornament.
Just trying to mute you.
What did
All
that?
right, nothing.
I
So,
thought so.
right. All right. So the first question is those that were on the first show. That's not fair, is it?
That's not fair. This is specific to this show. They wasn't on any.
Okay. All right. Okay. If you were paying
But some of
attention,
the stuff that you went over in this show, you went over in the last show.
okay, but what is the largest product to be hit by inflation from the list? If you were paying attention,
Ooh,
what was it?
cue up the Jeopardy music.
D, you can do that while I pull up the list again.
I swear, what is
You
this?
be trying to work. You be trying to
I
work.
do. You are the person with the sounds.
Coda Evelyn, was it used cars? Hmm. Hmm. I don't think it was that.
Oh, wait. I think I got the wrong one. Okay.
That's right, Tammy. Tammy, you can't be coming in here 2 days in a row. Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up.
Oh, you know I have ads.
The hardest hit was gas, and Tammy got it, and she got it yesterday too. So you get the $25 gift card, and she gets something from the what you call it. Give it to the first runner up, which would be nobody. Oh, hold
Oh,
on.
it's Q45,
Uh-uh.
47
No, it won't. It'll be down to earth.
with the gas.
No, it'll be
Oh,
down to
the
earth
runner
on
up with the
vehicle
gas.
rentals. It'll be vehicle rentals. It's the
Would
second
it
one up.
be who?
Down to earth.
I thought you said you were going with the number one.
I did. The first person that won
Right,
was
but she said the second runner up, so that would go into the second person who chose gas.
oh, well, who was
So
that?
that'd be Colton Evelyn.
Okay.
I swear you be making that up.
No, I was looking at the thing and I was like, oh, the second runner up, meaning second runner up on who the second person.
Second person with the right answer.
Hey, that's what you're here for.
Hmm?
That's what you're here for.
I know.
Q for a BBL, really? Did you get a BBL? Is that your way of telling us you got a BBL? Did you get a BBL Q4?
You know,
You know
men
it's
is
a
getting their
messy.
bodies done. Men getting their pecs, they getting sculpted,
You know
they
it's a
getting
messy
ab
Christmas.
etching.
Q4 out here getting BBLs.
Cole Evelyn, go ahead and put your information in the Slack channel. Hit me up in Slack.
Out here
He over there
Q4.
getting snatched,
He out here getting.
getting sculpted. Trust me, you would be amazed how many men are going in there and getting their abs sculpted. They like, I'm tired of this dad bod. Who did it? Funk Flex. He
Yep.
went on YouTube with it. He was like, this stubborn back
Let me
fat.
see.
I'm like, he's like,
Let me see
I'm going to
Q4.
lay down with
Let me
Dr.
see
Miami.
Q4 out here talking about I had a two pack. Now I got a 6 pack. Got me a 6 8 pack. Back.
They're going to get abs, pecs, new teeth.
Shrinking
What
down.
do you call that? Calf
Please.
muscles.
No, they getting calf muscles and knees. Hey, did you remember that show? Remember when Girlfriends came on and the dude had hips? So
Oh,
now
ain't
me
nothing like a man with some bad body
hippy
hips.
dippy.
Oh, hippie man. Forgive me, Lord. Forgive me, but that is some funny stuff. You know who got hips?
Hmm.
That man from Sweetie Pie.
Oh yeah, yeah. He got
He
hips.
is a big hippie man.
You can be like, try this dress on for me.
You petty. You so petty.
I want to see what this look like on you.
Try this
Let me
on for
see
me.
what this dress. Stretch this out for me.
Like, I got
Told you
hips,
the messy
but
Christmas.
I can't imagine dating no man with no hips. He need a myrtle. Like, I feel sorry for our children. I don't want to know. I was about to go
Yeah,
into
the one
something
that got the
else.
cell phone for John. Yep. Uh, men with hips. I'm messy.
Linda said the hips and a high butt.
Men
Oh
with
goodness.
hips. Yes.
Oh goodness. Mm-mm-mm.
This shit funny right here.
Somebody said Tim is built like a lunch lady. With that little cone hairdo he have, like, don't nobody love you.
Look at this. Look at this right here. Men
Hold
with
on. Don't
childbearing hips.
nobody love you.
Look, let me tell y'all something. If I catch y'all men out here with these knees out and these hips, I got questions. I'm telling you, I have questions. Look,
I
hips.
don't want no man looking better in his skinny jeans than me. We
Look
standing next together and he over there with the pie out.
at this right here.
Uh-uh.
Look at this.
No,
Something
but
about
you
the
need to show a
masturbating.
regular dad by getting sculpted.
Dad by sculpting. That's for like sculpt. That's for all right. We go all.
You need to get a regular dad by. They getting the daddy makeover.
Talking about like this dad by here.
Yeah, like dad bod makeover.
Is this your boo?
No, that's two different people.
That's this your boo though.
That is my boo over there. You know I love me some Seth Rogen.
Walking around with all these dead bodies. Hey, everybody gotta have their time. Everybody go through it. These BBLs. You have a good evening, Tashika.
Hold on, I found one in I'll send you the link in private chat. A regular
Why
dad
you just share
bod.
your screen?
Huh?
You could just
No, it's my computer is already humming today.
what about it? What about this? They don't show the before and after.
It is if you scroll down.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, but you should, your little man handles. Male liposuction. Here's on video.
I don't want the video, Dion.
I mean, just doing the
I
marketing.
don't want the video.
It's the marketing.
I don't want the video. Keep it. All right, next up.
What's up next?
You say you'll take a dad bod, but no hippie dudes. He can't help it. He was hippie. He was born with hips.
You not men are they're not born with hips. You don't. When's the last time you seen a hippie baby?
They was born with them hips. Tim was born with them hips.
Who?
Tim.
I'm pretty sure Tim wasn't a hippie baby. Now, when he was probably a chubby kid,
But
and
that's what I'm
then
saying. That's what I'm saying. Hey, he can't help them hips.
and people who are attracted to Tim, we just don't like Tim.
Talking about
But
when you ever
it's
seen a
not
man
my
with hips. We just
preference.
got to talking about a man with hips.
It's not my preference.
I didn't say that it was. We're not saying
I'm just
we're not,
saying,
but we're not
not
talking
my
about your
preference.
preference. We didn't say we're not talking about preferences. I'm just strictly saying you said a man can't be born with hips, and we just proved that they could be.
I ain't never seen no hippie baby. Do they develop over time based on your genes? Yes, but you're not
Okay.
born with no hips.
Questlove, he got it too. He do.
Is he always so frumpy? But is he hippie? He kind of shaped like the hamburger.
He hippie. Some men just have hips. You can't help it. They can't help that.
I'm so
Better the
tickled.
prop on. Church
Hmm?
auntie bod. Yeah,
Not a
Amy.
church auntie bar.
All right, the next giveaway is based on you get to choose from the site um merch. Let's go with um the number two richest billionaire, richest number two richest female off that list. Number two, not number one. Number two, make it a little harder. Number two. Who is number two?
Over here cracking up. What are the top 10 hippiest men? Go.
Number two. Who's number two?
Hmm.
Walton was one. Gosh, I should know this one. This is easy.
And what's the gift?
It's the pull from the site. Now one Blair. Number two. You gotta know this one. I ain't gonna even say I can if I say it, you gonna guess it. I'll give a hint. She got a divorce from a guy that's super rich.
Oh, that was a good hint. As soon as you said it, I knew exactly who it was.
Got a divorce. Yes. Vanessa.
Woo-hoo!
Yes. Mackenzie Scott is number two. She comes in at number two at 56.1 billion.
Vanessa H., if you are in the Slack, go ahead and hit me up.
Yep. Yep. So you get to go to the Women in Linux website, go to the shop. Once you hit the shop, pick out any item of your choice, one item of your choice, and let us know. And it should be delivered. It should be delivered. He got hips too, don't he?
Who?
Delivered. Delivered.
Oh, he's a whole mess.
He got hips too.
He is a whole hot mess and a half. I don't even know that man's name, but I know exactly who you're talking about.
I am delivered.
He be on here telling people off.
I come to drink the tea and sip the tea.
Andrew Caldwell. He is
Yes,
delivered.
honey, I am back. You guys know me as I am delivered, but my name is Andrew, but delivered with the tea. I'm back. You're in the
Saucy.
whatever it is,
This
you
way he
need
came
God
out
to
and he said he
do.
was delivered.
He just told you it's done right now. What did you come here for? What did you come down here for? Tell me. To get delivered more. To get delivered. Do you believe that the Lord tonight has set you free? Yes, sir. Turn around and tell those people. Tell them. I'm not gay no more. I am delivered.
Petty T. I am delivered. Hey man, I don't make this up. These things are out here on the inter, on as
On the
EJ
internet.
as EJ speaks on Obama's webs.
On the internet.
And I'm just going by what he said. He said he is delivered.
With a T. And then he went and grabbed it out of his soul right here.
But make it so bad he came back and said, yeah, he's like, I'm not gay no more. I think he even had a when he got a girlfriend and got married, I think.
Here. Here. It's from here. You know, I am not with those shenanigans, honey. I cannot do those shenanigans with those people on the internet. It is purely for entertainment purposes only. I cannot comment, confirm, or deny what that man is doing in his boudoir.
Let's write. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Like Antoine Fisher guy from Huntsville.
Oh, is that the one with the Mary had a little lamb? Is that one? Or no? That's is that the one with the hide your kids and hide your? I don't know. I can't keep up with these people.
Yep, he had a wife and
Oh, he don't
kids.
like men's no more.
Yeah.
Y'all need the couch. Ooh.
Oh yeah, they're
That's the
going
one. That
behind
was the
it.
hide your kids, hide your wife.
Yep.
Y'all funny. Y'all need the
They are
couch.
delivered. So before we get out of here, this is the book I was talking about earlier. Trading option Greeks here. It talks about the alpha, just pretty much all the um, Greek letters and stuff, what they mean and how, and that's what they were talking about earlier when they were talking about alphas, looking at the alpha and so forth. He must be colorblind because his life is one big red flag.
But you know, hey, that's some people's preference. They like an effeminate man. Not my preference.
Yeah, your wife, I think. Yep, yep. Hmm.
Won't he do it? Won't he do it?
And drop the link if anybody want to come up. Merry Christmas, everybody. I hope y'all had fun today. Like I said, it was a messy Christmas. I brought the. I hope it was messy enough. I hope this was a mess. How we Linux is this is how we Linux. This is a messy. This is messy. It's a messy Christmas. Messy Christmas. Yeah. Hey, like I say, we say it all the time. There's somebody out there for everybody. I was recently I was listening to Erica Williams the other day talk, and I was listening to other people, and they call Gen X the angry generation, and they like we just angry. It ain't got there yet. I ain't seen it yet. It's still in the shop. They had to they had to digitally print the buttons. So they're waiting for, I guess, them to ship them the digital printed buttons. So I'm waiting on that. That's what I said. I was like angry. If anything, we just don't care.
Who is angry?
The Gen X is the angry generation.
What are we angry about?
You just got angry right there, but
No, I'm curious. Like, what are we angry about?
yep, they said Gen X is the angry generation, and they said the millennials after us are more happier than Gen X, and they're saying that Gen X, and I'll show it to you because I looked it up and I was like, what? Gen X angry
I need to know what we're angry about. I'm
generation.
sometimes frustrated, but I don't have the energy to be
Why
angry.
did yeah? Why did Gen X become so angry? Right?
Okay, let me pull this up. The age range for Gen X. Hold on, I have that in my Slack.
That's one. This is one of them. But that's like uh Gen X is a mess. Um,
So Gen X is 1965 to 1980. So that is 41 to 46 years old. I
and
believe this is the sweet age where you just don't give a F about nothing.
so you thought Gen X were angry. Gen X is the most stressed generation alive.
I can see that. I can see us being stressed, but angry
There is a
because you said
storm.
we're the squeeze generation, right?
There is a storm brewing between Gen X and other generations. Generation X have the most Gen X response to being um, left off the list. But again, when you even look at marketing and advertising, There's no one cares about Gen X in terms of getting jobs. If you ever really looked at it, no one cares about you all getting jobs in the Gen X era. When it comes down to even marketing, it's always really kind of 30 and below. 35 they'll get in there, like the older millennials, um, tend towards Gen X ish. But most marketing for jobs is 30 and below. There'll be some for millennials, but the millennials they'll be around 32 and below 35. Nah, they don't care about that. All
I
right.
put the ages in there. And then they have two for boomers, which is interesting. They have boomers one, which is 67 to 75, and then they have boomers two from 57 to 66.
Listen, they said Gen X had the luxury of being rebel slackers.
We had the
Being
luxury of what?
rebel slackers.
Oh, I was going to say is no colored people in those pictures.
Gen X is the slacker, of course, the apathetic, checked out video game who came for the party group is how they're describing us.
Hmm, that wasn't my life.
Let's see. Gen X is so pissed at millennials.
But why?
They said the C virus quarantine. Gen X was made for this.
These are latchkey kids. Don't you open the door?
Don't
Don't
answer
you
the
answer that
phone.
phone?
Don't let nobody in.
My mother, she used to hoard toilet paper when I was a kid. I, you know what's so funny? I had to learn how not to shop like my mother as I got older because I would like hoard paper supplies, like things that she would buy because that's how I saw her shop. So I shopped like that.
And millennials, we're not hating on y'all. I think we don't care gets turned into we hating.
But you know what? I mean, I have a millennial sibling, and I think they're just the whiniest generation.
Millennials are also known for as Gen Y and is a generational cohort between 1980 to 2000. Millennials are young adults aged 16 to 34. I don't see a 34-year-old dating a 16-year-old, but that's another
When
time,
was that
another
article
story.
made?
I don't know.
Because
Um,
millennials is supposed to be 25 to 40,
I don't know.
81 to 1996.
I don't know. Every generation, Gen X, Gen Y, Gen Z, baby
So
boom.
both my siblings are millennials. All three of my siblings, actually. And you know what? It is definitely a difference. I mean, my sister, she didn't get her license till she was 21. And I'm just like, well, who gets chauffeured around? I paid for my own driving lessons when they stopped providing it in school. I had the driving instructor, pick me up from work. I had a license at 17 when I was eligible to get a license. And across my license for years, it was like 21 in the year I turned 21 in red. I was like, I can't go creep in no club. I don't know.
Can I can I talk?
No, you can't talk.
Because you keep cutting me off.
I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you talk. You know, I have to turn my volume down, so I didn't hear you beginning to
Yeah,
speak. I apologize.
I was talking. Hold on. Every generation, Gen X, Gen Y, Gen Z, baby boomers, has been affected by the cultural and social, economical circumstances they were raised in. Some analysts believe that a generation is is one of the fundamental social categories in a society. So they talk about baby boomers being the TV generation. I can see that. And then they got the boomers, the leading edge boomers. It's from 46 to 1946 to 1955. The boomers had a good economic opportunities and were largely optimistic about the potential for future and their own lives. They came of age during the Vietnam War and the Civil Rights movement. And then the late boomers, also known as Generation Jones, never knew this. This is the first post Watergate generation, lost much of its trust in the government and optimistic views. The boomers in the first generation had economic struggles, including oil embargo of 1979, forced reinforced a sense of narcissism and focus on the help. So I guess you need to find out what kind of boomer some people are if you see how they act. The youngest members of the boomer generation, in fact, did not have benefits of the first boomer class, as many of the best jobs, opportunity, houses were taken by the larger and earlier group. Both Gen X and baby boomer two, the second ones, suffer from a long shadow cast by baby boomer one. Right? It says Gen X, the MTV generation. So we should make a note here. Back in the day, MTV wouldn't let black people on their show. So the fact that you see black people on TV on MTV now is we weren't even allowed on the show. So
I
you
mean,
know,
they didn't really play black music on the radio.
yeah. So get into it. Often MTV generations Xers hatred of boomers can be seen in music. They transform rock and roll from cutesy swinging to angry screaming, brought about, and this ain't our world, punk, metal, and grunge. They experienced the emergence of videos, new wave music, electronic music, synth pop, glam rock, heavy metal. You gotta. This ain't from our era. This ain't from our lens, right? Generation X is the first generation ever known to challenge the notion that the generation will be better off than the one that it preceded. Studies from the Pew Charitable Trust and the American Enterprise Institute, the Brooklyn Institution, and the Heritage Foundation and the Urban Institute. That's a lot. That the average income of men aged from 30 to 39 in 2004 was less than 12% of their fathers at the same age in 1974. Basically, they were saying well, Gen X is broke. Again, the latchkey kids exposed to a lot of daycare and divorce, which made them more cautious and pragmatic about planning their own families. And the millennials, 1980 to 2000, the millennials in 2015 overtook the baby boomer population. Millennials are the largest generation in the history at 75.3 million. So does that mean that um 1980 to 2000 the millennials are still products of baby boomers, right? And it's in some cases, right?
Yeah, like I said, all my siblings are millennials.
Yeah, so they're products of boomers.
Boomer
In some
two,
cases,
boomer two, from
yeah,
I mean, based on my mom's age.
right. Millennials are the affluent baby boomer kids, which reflect their births at as that of their parent generation. They are the first generation in history to grow up and immersed in a world of digital technology. I agree with that. Millennials should know the internet. There should be no reason why. I mean, because as Gen X, having internet in the home was dial up, and that was few and far between. Like, and the boomers, they
Yeah,
knew nothing about a computer unless they was in the industry or they worked on it at work. But to have it in the home on a daily basis, that was new for them.
And I bought my sister a computer for her high school graduation.
Yeah, your parents are boomers. Yep, yep, yep. Gen, see, baby boomers, the first generation in history to have yep. Gen Y is known as incredibly sophisticated, technologically savvy, and progressive. Here's the full list of millennial characteristics. Compared to Xers, millennials led a charmed life their parents had already had ready access to birth control, so they were generally nurtured children. They were the most sheltered by society than their predecessors, and their family units were more stable.
Yep.
Gen Y is sometimes called a Peter Pan generation because childhood was so good to them, they have a tendency to delay adulthood. So you live out your childhood a little longer. That's what they're saying. Millennials are united by a deep-seated idealism and desire to improve the world from climate change to global recession. Millennial won't blame the past but will look forward to solutions of the future. Millennials believe in living life in the fast lane, risk and change and become their middle name, characterized by a high amount of intellectual curiosity. They love to learn and like to explore any topics of interest. I honestly sound like Generation X to me, but that's just me because Gen X's that I like that I hang out with like to go out and live life on the absolute edge. But that's just me. And Gen Z, they call you all the selfie generation. Got time for
Millennials too.
got time for a selfie? Oh yeah, look at me, look at me.
This is them all the time. Like, can you put your phone down?
The selfie generation. All right. So this is from 2001 to 2020. All right. Also known as post millennials, Gen We, I generation. They are cynical Gen X kids. Smart ass mouths is what they're saying. All right, the oldest member of this generation is 20 years old, but the media and the market companies have already labeled them screen addicts who have the attention span of a gnat. While we do not know much about Gen Z, we know a lot about the environment they're growing up in. Gen Z will grow up to be highly sophisticated media and computer environment and will be more internet savvy than Gen Y. Events that are shaping Gen Z: Instagram, Snapchat, blogging, and vlogging. And you say there are a lot of millennials with Gen X parents. Yeah, depending, like I say, depending on when they got started with Gen X. Like if they got started like at 21, 22, 19, yeah, I can see that. But if they waited, it'll take 10 years. So if you waited till you're 29, that will put you in a whole new generation, right? Because it goes every 10 years, isn't it? From what I'm saying. Every 20, every 19. Oh, yeah, 19. So, yeah. Yeah, what you were saying? You said we grew up stranger danger, afraid to play outside. There are a lot of millennials with Gen experience. Yeah, stranger danger. Oh, somebody said Gen Y and Gen Z are losers. I don't know. I think at the end of the day, we all need to make some money. D, you there? You can talk now because you've been silent.
Oh, I don't have anything to say.
Okay,
I'm just
all right.
reading.
Okay, you reading about it?
No, I'm reading the comments.
Oh, got you.
But
All
I
right,
do
cool.
agree with I agree with some of the comments. But of course, if you have siblings in a different age range and you have parents, you can definitely tell the difference in the generations. Like your
So
mom would be considered like a boomer one, and
right, she
you
a
know,
boomer. I mean, I could tell she a boomer one when they said civil rights, but she marched. and she was hosed down and arrested and the whole nine. Um, what so grandmothers and them, they're considered the silent generation, right?
And they are the, I know for my family, you know, they were the secret keepers. Like you can't get, they have all that stuff in lock and key. So they're definitely the silent. My grandmother,
Well,
um,
no, hold on. They said the silent generation were people born between 1928 and
that's
1945.
the post-war. I was just about to say my grandmother was a post-war kid,
Which,
from 1940. So that generation, you know, your big mamas and all of them, and you know, everybody
what
knew what was going on, but they dressed, like my family said, they dressed it up. Like your daddy not in jail, but he in college. You know, that type of stuff.
we didn't get that. My family said he in jail.
Uh, Not mine. Not my southern side of the family.
Yeah, my
They
southern, southern side. My grandma was like, he in jail.
mine didn't. My grandmother was so hush hush, not like no.
My grandmama didn't play that. If you went to jail, you in jail. You in jail.
No, that my family didn't want us volunteering no secrets. So that's if they ask you that question, that's what you tell them.
What
Um,
is what is but so my grandmother was 1911.
she was 1911. That's not even in there because World War II is 1922 to 1927. So the list that I'm looking at, they don't have. It's not on my list before that.
Unknown generation.
I have no idea. Habibi John, what is your oh, Zoomers are scared. What is Zoomers are scary dumb? They got new math. Can't say their names. Read clock hands. They got new math. 44 to. I don't understand the question, Habibi John. Or was it just a comment?
I guess you can call them sharecroppers because that's what they did, and that's just another name for slavery, as you see here.
Right. And then I also disagree with some of the comments because, you know, our experiences as Black people were definitely different than others. Um, I think I think as Gen Xers, we had to carry a lot of responsibility. They don't teach cursive in school. You don't get the big lines.
No, you don't teach cursive in school no more. They tossed that out years ago, right?
Oh, I don't have, you can tell I don't have no children,
Oh yeah, it
but
is.
I would still teach my child cursive. That's the best
1901,
part of growing up.
1901 to 1927. The GI graders, the GI generation. That's what they are. The greatest generation. So they're also known as the GI generation and the World War II generation, following the lost generation and preceding the silent generation. Who's the lost generation? The lost generation. Who is that?
Oh, you call them to, yeah, all Zoomers. If you look at
Okay.
writing from post-war people, all their cursive writing looks exactly the same.
1883 to 1900 is the lost generation. 1901 to 1927 is the greatest generation. So she was the greatest generation. What they say about the greatest generation? They were shaped by the Great Depression and were primary participants in World War II. The greatest generation was popularized by title. Um, the age where children were born during the progressive era, World War One, and the Roaring Twenties, a time of economic prosperity and distinctive cultural transformation. I don't know if that what that looked like for you as a black person. That's different. Um, you had inventions of the radio, the telephone, and the automobile, a growing worldwide inequality, and a soaring economy, stock market crashes, popular films from gangster films, musical comedy, monster films, jazz, blues. This is when things are being discovered: jazz, blues, so forth, so on. Like what the color purple had was talking about, right? Relationship in the later generations, later years and legacy, so forth, right? Um, and they come before the silent generation. Um, that I honestly think this greatest generation had it harder than the silent generation. Um, there was just some things there that just yeah. And then you got the silent, and then the baby boomers, and then Gen X. That's where we at. So for all of y'all that are Gen X out there, I see you. For those that are millennials, I see you. For those that are what they call Generation Alpha, early 2010s to early 2020s, I see you too. Um, hey, we got some work to do. Well, I hope you enjoyed your day. Merry Christmas to everybody. Uh, and also don't forget to not overeat, but enjoy yourselves. Did we do the giveaway? Who all won?
Yeah, I told them to hit me up in Slack.
Okay, you got everybody. Okay, because I'll forget and I have to go back and watch the stream or something like that. So if you don't do it today, I'll forget. Don't hit me up 3 weeks later like you remember me from the stream. No, I don't. What stream? Which day? What date? What show? All right, let's get decent food and some drinks. We don't even have no drinks in the house.
I'm on a bowling trivia.
Okay. All right, y'all be safe.
Merry Christmas.